Do you have any idea what women really desire? No, not necessarily to a handsome man, nor to a rich man, and not even to that well-endowed man. In these 3 steps, find proofs why your conclusion might be wrong. Or do women really desire things that has to do with appearance, and appearance at all? If not, it means it's going to be beneficial, as you could develop or improve the things a woman desires in a man in yourself. Yet what women really desire from men and what makes you really want women to want you can be in just 3 expressions of masculinity. First, exude sufficient self-esteem. In short, having enough self-esteem means that you think you are good the way you are and are good enough at what you do. Of course, it can always be better, but you can be happy with the way things are right now. Something you already show off to a woman when you don't bring a bunch of flowers, a box of chocolates or whatever for a present for a woman you're dating. Because no matter how nice it is, it often comes across to women as if you don't think you're good enough for her, and trying to buy off this by means of a present. You also radiate something similar when you take a woman on a first date to a slightly overpriced restaurant, or a restaurant you wouldn't normally go to. You radiate sufficient self-esteem to a woman when you invite her to do something together. And while being together, you are sometimes quite critical of what she says and thinks and how she behaves. And also, when she is with you and talks to you, a woman will notice that you know what you want. Also in a woman. And that you certainly don't settle for every woman who happens to present herself. Second, know what you want and make it clear to a woman what you want from her. A recent study conducted among 1,000 women showed that 70% of them can already be turned on by a man who knows what he wants, and especially what he wants from her, and leaves no ambiguity about it. Because as these women indicated, there is nothing so pure and sexy, and nothing that radiates more power than a man who has the balls to be and remain himself in every circumstance. A man who also sticks to his values and wishes. And nothing makes a woman feel so good about herself than knowing that this real man wants and desires her. Being sexy in the eyes of a woman and making a woman desire you has mainly to do with knowing what you want, choosing and sticking to this choice. In the eyes of a woman, that's the real difference between being a real man and being just an immature boy. 3. Communicate masculine. It is important to radiate self-confidence when communicating with women, where exuding confidence has everything to do with your posture, movements, behavior, the volume of your voice, and how confident the things you say sound during your conversations with women. But also how confident your actions are. For example, when inviting a woman on a date, this simply means that the more self-confidence you exude in your dealings with women, the more attractive you will be found, and the more success you will have with women. All the more so when, during your conversations with a woman, you show genuine interest in her as a person, and above all, let her experience that you are a man who listens to what a woman tells him. An excellent way to show a woman that you're listening to what she's saying, and one that's really hard to beat with most women, is to surprise her with something she once told you. Suppose a woman once told you that she would very much like to attend a concert by a certain artist or group. Then the trick is not to say too much about it at that moment, but especially to remember it. Then as soon as the opportunity arises, buy tickets to a concert and take her there without telling her exactly where you're taking her. Women love to be surprised, and especially with something that clearly shows that you listen to her and that you genuinely care about what she tells you. Because among other things, this is something that makes a woman feel good about herself. And because you're the one who gives her that good feeling, you can't go wrong with her for the time being. You see that you can just spoil and pamper women enormously. The difference is mainly in the circumstance in which you spoil and pamper a woman. If you do it because women want it from you, it makes you feel unattractive to a woman. However, if you do it at a time that suits you and do it because you think she deserves it, then you treat a woman in a manly way for her and suddenly make yourself more attractive. What women really want from men is masculinity. Masculinity in their doings and masculinity in dealing with them. That's all you really need to make women want you permanently. Subscribe and smash the bell icon. Next video loading.